Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we have to talk about MAPPA. So, for those who don't know, Studio MAPPA over in Japan is an anime studio that has done a lot of amazing shows. But recently, well, not even just recently, it's been pretty well known that MAPPA gets these shows out in a very short amount of time by excessive crunch and terrible working conditions for their employees. And initially, we kind of just, a lot of us just waved it off, which we shouldn't have done, mind you. A lot of us just waved it off as like a lot of the anime industry is like this. And while it sucks, there's not really much of anything we can do. And there's still a certain truth to that. There's not really too much we can do to change that. But this is now being proven to be worse than just the average for an anime uh, industry studio. Um, just recently, animators and employees at MAPPA have been posting to social media making it clear how bad the working conditions truly are. Things have been coming to light, and there's even belief that Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 will have to be put on break because episodes just aren't getting done in time. Apparently, like, it was either the most recent episode to be put up or is going to be the next one put up. Apparently, it's like not even done yet. Or excuse me. Or wasn't like right before it was like put up and it was like rushed to get done. And apparently, recent episodes have had amazing animation from what I've heard. But apparently, this is because of these toxic conditions. All these people being forced to work in toxic crunch times. And the worst part about this is Japan's laws for this kind of stuff are, let's be honest, not as strict as they are here. And to be fair, they're not even where they need to be here. So all this crunch time and all this stuff about like jobs taking advantage of you and everything is a lot more common in Japan. And the ironic thing is like there was even an anime this year that directly addressed that. Zom 100. We reacted to the first episode as a first impression. Um and funny enough, that anime ended up having to get delayed, and the final 3 episodes are being released like next month. But that one I think was delayed because it was a small production company. Like the studio was actually really small, so I think it was delayed because of that rather than bad working conditions. But the point is, Jujutsu Kaisen might be getting delayed, and the employees at MAPPA are being horribly mistreated in ways that has gotten extreme attention for good reason. Way more so than a lot of these other companies that, yes, still do employ some of these terrible practices, but not necessarily to this heavy of a degree. And apparently, like, I think it's the president of the company said something along the lines of that he wants them to catch up to studios like KyoAni and Ufotable in terms of pumping out consistent quality shows. And it's like, you expect to just get there like that? just by overworking and mistreating your employees? It's like, that's not how you're going to become the next Ufotable or KyoAni. It's just not. Excuse me. But the problem is, what do we do? Like I said, there's not too much we here in the West can do. It's like the most we could possibly do is speak with our wallets, I guess. Not support MAPPA owned properties unless this is fixed. That's probably the only possible thing. But let's be honest, that's not going to have much of an effect as we would think, as we would hope. That's not necessarily going to stop this. So at this point, speaking out and letting our voices be heard might be more effective. It might give the employees working on this a little more courage to, demand better treatment. Just to let them know that we're hearing their voices, we're hearing their issues here. And that's not even guaranteed to work either. So it is a question of what to do in this scenario when any option we have is not guaranteed to work. Any option we have is just, at this point, making a statement rather than excuse me, rather than actually making a change. My view on it is that even if it's not making any changes, even if it's not going to help much, making a statement still allows voices to be heard and can still help change things for the future. Even if it's not like right away, even if it's not the studio we want it to be. It might be other studios that learn from this. We still have to try. Because at the rate it's going, like, these employees are going to be facing a lot more serious issues than just having trouble getting a series out on time. And so we at the very least should be standing with them. And that's all to say that, at least for the time being, I don't feel comfortable reacting to a MAPPA series. At least for the time being, I don't feel comfortable continuing to react to Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. And it's not anything because of this series itself. And I definitely don't want to make it, seem like I'm bringing down anyone who's working on it, because the series, everyone who's done work on it, they've done an amazing job. Absolutely amazing job. It's not because of any of them, but it's because of the conditions that they're put through to do as amazing of a job as they have been. So I believe that we should be willing to look at the people before the quality of a series. And this is one of those cases, just like when I boycotted Toei for a time, with the Totally Not Mark situation happening. This is one of those cases where I just don't feel comfortable reacting to this right now. Where I feel like it's wrong to continue at the moment. Excuse me. Sorry for the coughing. I just woke up recently. I have a little bit of a dry throat. But yeah. Like I said, it's not due to the series itself. I'm really enjoying where it's at right now, especially after the last episode I reacted to the other day. I'm enjoying how well it's made and everything. Kudos to all the people who are working on it. But I'm not enjoying how the working conditions are. And right now, that's more important. So, for the foreseeable future, I don't know how long this will end up going, but for the foreseeable future, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 is being put on hold. I'm going to choose to stand with the employees of MAPPA while all this shit is going down. I am not going to be reacting to it. I'm not going to be watching on my own time. But I will come back to it once things improve. Or seemingly improve. Once things start to seem to get better. And if this goes on for a long time, it goes on for a long time. It's just like with the actors and writer strikes we had here. Things can be waited out. And if that means that, like, this goes all the way until, like, the release of Season 2 of Hell's Paradise, and I'm not even going to be reacting to that when it first comes out, oh well. But for now, at least, I'm going to stick with this. I will let you know when and if anything changes for that. But we are taking a break. And luckily, nothing else I'm reacting to at the moment is MAPPA. And from here on out, I'm probably going to check to make sure that nothing else I get to after this is MAPPA, too. I just think this is the right move to make. At least for the moment. So, we'll see how things go. And I'm just going to say right off the bat, I don't expect things to, like, be miraculously fixed. I don't expect the company to do a complete turnaround and become perfect. No. I can't expect that. That's unrealistic, honestly. What I'm hoping for is that the company realizes what they're doing and that they start to make some changes. It doesn't have to be a lot, but start to make some changes to allow for better working conditions for these employees. But we will see. So the question now comes to what is going to replace Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 in its slot for now. Well, I already knew what I was going to replace JJK with once I finished the season or if I took another break. I already knew what its replacement was going to be for a bit now. I had already had it planned and was just, waiting. So, we are going to be getting back to, and I say back to even though we only reacted to one episode, we're going to be getting back to, since this is a first impression slot, Dr. Stone. We did the first impressions for Dr. Stone as part of one of those first impressions group reactions. And I've been wanting to get back to this because it did very much impress me, like much more than I expected it to. And I want to see if the series continues to do so, or if the series does end up dropping off for me. But that's going to replace JJK pretty much right away. And I'm probably also going to replace Gojo on the channel banner. Just because, again, I don't entirely feel right about including him on there when I'm basically, boycotting MAPPA at the moment. So, yeah. I apologize to everyone who is really into JJK and really wanted to see this continue, but I'm not sorry. This is too much more important. People's livelihoods and health and safety are much, much more important than any series. And when they're this actively being put in danger to get shows out in ridiculously short amount of time, it's pathetic. It's horrible. But yeah, so that's the deal. JJK is on indefinite hiatus. I'm not dropping it. I am not officially dropping it because, like I said, if and when MAPPA makes some notable changes at least, I will bring it back. Because I do want to continue the series, because I do like it. But yeah. Also, I forgot to mention, but apparently the employees at MAPPA actually put in a request for more time off and were actively denied it. I almost forgot to mention that. Like, they were actively denied the time off, and it's like, Jesus, it's like, I feel so bad for them, The hours they're being forced to work are just insane. But yeah, so if you have any questions, any thoughts, anything you want to mention in comments, please do. Just leave any comments, questions, anything down below. I'll see it. I'll get to it. If it's something I need to respond to, I will. But yeah. This is hopefully temporary. But we shall see how it goes. It's in MAPPA's hands now. So thank you all so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.